One of the most crucial decisions of the ski season occurs before the season even begins. It determines what mountains you can ride, when and how often you can ride them. So the question is, epic or Ikon?
I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while.
Basically, since its inception, I've always purchased the Epic Pass, largely because I live here in Park City, so it allows me to ride Park City really whenever I want. It's nice for if I have family in town or if I have a half day at work or something, I just want to go up to the mountain. It doesn't really make sense for me to live here and not have an Epic Pass to be able to enjoy Park City Mountain Resort. But interestingly, I spent over $1,500 on other lift tickets in addition to my purchased Epic Pass. This includes places like Grand Targhee, Jackson Hole, Deer Valley, Bryan Head, Eagle Point, Alta, Powder Mountain. So while the Epic Pass is good for places like Park City, Snow Basin, and even Sun Valley, there's actually a lot of other resorts that the Epic Pass doesn't really cover, especially here in Utah. So disclaimer, this is not a video talking about if these like mega passes like the Epic and Ikon are good for the ski industry or not. I know there's gonna be people who are like, I remember 20 years ago when it's like, cool, like shut up, no one cares, you know what I mean? Like this is the way it is now, and the question of like whether like these mega passes are good or not is kind of like irrelevant because this is just the way it is. And at this point, there's really like four main passes in this arena. You have obviously the Epic and the Ikon, and then you also have what's called the Mountain Collective and the Indy Pass. I'm not going to really be talking about the Mountain Collective or the Indy Pass, even though they are good options, largely just because the Epic and the Ikon are kind of in a league of its own when it comes to the resort access and the different sort of tiers within those passes. So after some consideration and the way I skied last year and sort of my plans for this season, I ended up getting both the Epic and the Ikon. So if you're looking for the answer of like which pass did I get, I got both the Epic and the Ikon. And basically when I did the math and figured out, hey, I spent $1,500 just on lift tickets alone, like each weekend, it just made sense to spend $775 on an Ikon pass now and essentially get more access to more resorts. I could ski more for less money. So even though it's a little bit more of like an initial investment up front between the Epic and the Ikon Pass, I'm actually saving money, and it's gonna allow me to have money to travel more, gas, all that sort of stuff that's needed in the actual ski season itself. So it is very important to note that for my case, I work full time. If you don't know what this means, that means Monday through Friday from like 9 to 5, I'm working in a corporate office here in Park City. I don't have the luxury to work remotely at all. I don't have this job where like I can just like work wherever I want, whenever I want. So I'm in the office here in Park City, 40 hours a week, basically all through the week. And the reason why this is important is that it kind of limits my options for weekend trips. I really can't drive more than like ideally 5 hours on a weekend to go to a ski resort. So like people are telling me to like come to Mammoth or whatever, and it's like 10-12 hour trip. Like it's just not feasible for me doing this alone on the weekend. So I try to see like what places are around within a 5, 6, maybe 7 hour haul for the weekends, and that's kind of plays a really big role into the passes and the mountains that I choose to go to on the weekends. First, starting off, like why the Epic Pass for me, like I mentioned, Park City really. Like I don't even know if I would really get the Epic Pass if I didn't live here in Park City, but during the holiday time, or if there's sort of just like a freak weekend where there's like some good pow, or I have a half day at work or something, it's tough for me to live here and not be able to ski here. So the Epic Pass allows me to ski Park City whenever I'd like. It also gets me into Snow Basin, which is about an hour from where I am now and is a really fun place. Then also like 5 hours north, you have Sun Valley, Idaho, which is another fun mountain. Additionally, the Epic Pass is very good for Colorado resorts. You have places like Vail and Breckenridge and Beaver Creek, and even some other places like Telluride as well. So because I'm looking to do a little bit more Colorado riding this year, it's actually a good pass to have because of the options. When combined with the Ikon, you almost have like every Colorado resort you would want to ski at with the Epic and the Ikon. But sort of one of my like grudges with the Epic Pass being here in Utah is that it really doesn't give you a lot of options for like Utah riding. You literally only have Park City and 7 days at Snow Basin, even with a full Epic. So unless you're planning to like really ride Park City hard, I don't know how worth it the Epic Pass is if you're going to be in Utah a lot. So the reason why I decided to also pick up an Ikon pass was really because of the Salt Lake or the Cottonwood ski access that it gives you. With the Ikon pass, you get 5 days to Alta Bird, which is essentially covering the price of the pass right there, but you also get unlimited days to Solitude, which is really cool. So I'll essentially have a season's pass to Park City and to Solitude. It also grants you 5 days to Brighton, so right there you have both Big and Little Cottonwood covered with the Ikon pass. Also, not to mention, I get 5 days to Deer Valley, which is again right here in Park City. So like basically just within like a 40-minute radius, I have like 6 world-class resorts that I can go to with these passes. So if you're figuring like the average day ticket is about 140 bucks, let's say, like this pass really makes its money back pretty quickly as long as you use it. Another super attractive thing for me with the Ikon pass was that with my like plans, I want to hit up Big Sky this winter, and it gives you days to Big Sky, which when I looked at the daily like tickets last year, they're like 170 bucks a day. So again, like to have 5 days to Big Sky with a pass that costs 750 bucks is like a great deal. It also gives you a ton of Colorado resorts like Steamboat, Arapahoe Basin, which is one of my favorite places. Think like Winter Park, Copper. So again, between both the Epic and the Ikon, I really have a ton of options to ride in Colorado, anywhere around here in Utah, then even up north a little bit more into Big Sky. Not to mention there's a ton of California options and also up into Canada. I just don't know how realistic that's going to be this season, unfortunately, but at least I'll have a lot of options. So it's hard to answer like what is the best pass for you, or like what pass should I get, Epic or Ikon. It entirely depends really on like 2 things, I think. One is like, where are you planning on skiing mostly? Are you based in Utah? Are you based in California, right? Or Colorado or wherever? Because like I said, if you're based in like Park City, Utah, or even Utah in general, I don't know if the Epic Pass is like the best thing for you. Where if you're based in Colorado more and you like Breckenridge and Keystone and Vail, like maybe the Epic Pass is better for you. Also, if you don't think you're gonna ski a lot this season, you're only gonna do a weekend trip, I don't think any of these passes are right for you. I think it's important to kind of look at the initial price of these passes and figure out, are you gonna ski 4 or 5 or 6 days, wherever it takes to actually make that money back? Because if you're only going to ski for a weekend, it might just be best to get a 3 or 4 day pass or a day ticket here and there. So kind of once you narrow down those things, I would look at the list of resorts that each pass offers access to, and just figure out really which one you want to go for. Like I mentioned, for me, I really want to ski Big Sky this winter in addition to a lot of the Colorado resorts, while also having the freedom to ski Utah. So I kind of basically just said I want to ski like everywhere. And so I kind of got both passes. But if I wasn't here in Park City and I lived more in Salt Lake or somewhere else, I probably wouldn't be getting the Epic, if that tells you anything. But even when I lived in Colorado, I had the Epic Pass and I really enjoyed going to Breckenridge and Keystone and stuff like that. So both passes are really excellent. Both passes offer different tiers, whether you get the full pass, which basically doesn't have any blackout dates, or if you want to get sort of the base or the local pass, however they do it to save some money. Lastly, I plan on skiing like every weekend, really starting in January. So that puts you at about like 12 weekends of skiing if you ski until the beginning of April times 2 days a week. And that's about 24 days of skiing. And then I just calculated if the average ticket price is 140 bucks, let's say, that brings you out to like 3,300 bucks or something. So buying basically 2 passes coming out to a total of like 1,700 bucks, let's say, you're essentially saving a lot of money buying these passes. So again, it can kind of be an initial investment up front, but if you have a plan, I still think it's very, very worth it. It also gives me the peace of mind to be able to like chase the conditions and sort of go wherever I want to go. If there's going to be a storm up north somewhere or in Colorado or something, I can really be a bit more spontaneous with where I want to go, which I'm looking forward to. So that's why this year I decided to pick up both the Ikon and the Epic. Above all else, it's just important to have fun and go to resorts that you want to go to. I'm always looking at trail maps and things like that and figuring out like where do I want to ski, because that is why we ski. It's just to have fun, enjoy it, spread the stoke with each other, and just do it because we like it. So anyways, I don't really know if this is going to help guide you in terms of what pass you should get. If you're into that, I really am only familiar with the western sort of resorts, so anything on the East Coast I can't really speak to, but in case you're going to be out riding, I'm going to be at sort of both resorts this winter, so hopefully I can kind of draft together a bit better of a schedule and sort of the different place I'm going to be in each weekend, but it's still a little bit too early to see where the snow is going to be best and all that sort of stuff. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope everyone is doing well. It's great to see you guys again. Peace out.